evening and welcome to Thai PBS World. Things still look gloomy today as far as the new coronavirus outbreak is concerned. The death toll continues to rise and more infection cases have been identified in Hubei province, the epicenter of the deadly outbreak. Chinese authorities reported that by the end of the day, 563 people have died, and the number of infection cases has risen to over 28,000. In Thailand, the 138 Thais who returned from Wuhan on Tuesday night are still being kept under medical observation at the naval base of the Royal Thai Navy in Chonburi. 4 of them who are being quarantined separately after being found to have fever have recovered, and none was found to have been infected. One of them, however, needs to be re-examined for a lung disorder. So far, medical authorities confirm that there have been 25 infection cases reported in Thailand. 8 of the patients have been treated and discharged from hospitals. And starting this Saturday, the Commerce Ministry will make available 10 million surgical masks to the public to help people protect themselves from the virus. Commerce Minister Jurin Laksanavisit said the masks will be sold at between 2.5 baht to 5 baht each. He said 2 million of the masks will be initially sold at the so-called blue flag shops, which are government-supported stores selling basic commodities. The rest will be gradually made available. The mask sales by the Commerce Ministry are launched following widespread complaints of shortage of surgical masks, whose demand has soared following the virus outbreak. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha said he called President Joko Widodo of Indonesia this morning to discuss how ASEAN countries can cooperate to deal with the deadly virus outbreak. Prayut said in his Facebook post that the talks center on exchange of information and sharing of medical experience and how each of the countries is handling the situation. Prayut said Chinese involvement in ASEAN cooperation in fighting the disease is imperative and should be made through the so-called ASEAN +3 mechanisms. Indonesia, whose Bali island is a favorite destination for Chinese tourists, has been taking stringent measures in dealing with the virus outbreak. Starting at midnight of Wednesday, it has imposed a ban on travel to and from China. It went ahead with the plan despite disagreement from a Chinese envoy in Jakarta. We are doing what other countries have already done. We have been very careful about this, Transportation Minister Budi Karya Sumadi said. Jakarta Post reported that Chinese ambassador to Indonesia, Xiao Qian, had asked Indonesia to follow the advice of the World Health Organization, which has not recommended that countries restrict travel to and from China, despite having declared a global emergency over the new coronavirus. In this situation, we need to be calm, don't overreact, and do something that would have a negative impact on investments and the economy, Ambassador Xiao told reporters in Jakarta during a briefing on Tuesday. Meanwhile, in Bali, the country's most famous tourist island, immigration authorities have barred entry to foreign tourists from various countries into Indonesia through the airport there, after they were found to have been to China in the past 14 days. The foreign visitors are of different nationalities, including Russian, Brazilian, British, and Romanian. In addition to these foreigners, 2 Chinese were also barred from entering the resort island. Cambodia, meanwhile, has taken a rather extraordinary step in showing its solidarity with China in the face of the virus outbreak. Its Prime Minister Hun Sen flew to Beijing yesterday and was warmly received by President Xi Jinping in the Great Hall of the People. A friend in need is a friend indeed, as the Cambodian people stand with the Chinese people at this special moment, Xinhua News quoted President Xi as saying. It also quoted President Xi as saying that the Cambodian Prime Minister's visit demonstrated unbreakable friendship and mutual trust between the 2 sides and showcased the essence of building a community of shared future of the 2 countries. Prime Minister Hun Sen, who is known to be very close to China, claimed that he had asked to visit Cambodian students in Wuhan, where the outbreak started. But Chinese authorities declined his request. And that's all for ThaiPBS World tonight. Thank you for watching.